Warning. If the topic of psychological manipulation and emotional enslavement of women offends you, I want you to stop watching this video. And if you want to continue, you must agree never to use this knowledge to hurt women. Deal? Great. Let's start. Why do women play games with men? Do you have a woman in your life right now, wife, girlfriend, or someone you're seeing, and she's playing mind games with you? For example, she might be making you do things for her in return for her time and affection, not answering your calls or texts in a timely manner, seeing and flirting with other men, sometimes just to make you mad, playing the victim during arguments, crying or throwing a fit in public, especially when she's with you. If any of that sounds familiar to you, then I know what you're probably thinking. You're wondering, if she likes me, then why is she playing mind games? Why is she making things harder for me? And most importantly, what should I do? This video will answer all those questions and more. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why women play mind games. And most importantly, how to beat them like a true champ. Sounds good? Great. However, before we start, there's something I want you to do for me. Could you help me out by clicking like? That will really mean a lot to me. Go on and click like now because I'll wait here. Click like? Great. Let's start. First question of all, why do women play mind games with the men they like? It all boils down to a woman's ultimate goal in the dating game, and that's to find the absolute best guy out there for her and make him hers. Judging by the kinds of men women love the most, these are the 4 most important traits women look for. 1. Strong. He doesn't break under physical or mental pressure. 2. Dominant. He takes charge of his life and his relationships. 3. Successful. He's a leader of men and he has social proof. 4. Understands women. He knows what women want and how to give it to them. Now, to win her ideal man, the average woman is told or brainwashed by society to play mind games on them. In other words, society tells women that if they want to catch their ideal man, they'd have to beat men at their own game. If you've ever taken note of the whole equality, feminist, and women empowerment movements, then you know what I mean. There's just one problem with that idea. It doesn't work. Asking women to be strong, logical, and tactical? That's like asking women to not be themselves. Think of it this way. Women were not biologically wired to think logically. They're wired to think emotionally. You already know this, right? I mean, if you've ever tried in vain to reason with a woman or failed to convince her to follow a logical solution, then you know this is true. Okay, here's my question to you. Have you ever watched Game of Thrones? If you'll notice, the main weapon of the leading male characters was war. It's all about physical violence. In a war, the strongest and smartest would come out on top. But get this, the leading female characters had a different weapon. They used politics, manipulation, and sex. In other words, mental violence. And in many cases, it was the women who actually controlled the wars the men fought. Well, guess what? What's happening in Game of Thrones is also happening in the game of love. Women know that they can't beat men at their own game. They know that even if they did, they'd still be on the losing end. So instead, they use their best weapons, mind games. They use charm and manipulation to make you do what they want and say what they want. Now here's the right question you should be asking yourself. What's the right way to deal with a woman's mind games? Simple. You manipulate her back. 2 can play the same game, right? Only here, your manipulation will strengthen your relationship with her, not weaken it. Okay, so here's the deal. Here's what you need to do. You go ahead and keep yourself busy for the next few days. If she tries to text or call you, don't answer. There should be 0 contact from you for those few days. And finally, on the 4th or 5th day, answer her next call or text. When she asks what you've been doing, be as vague as possible. For instance, you can just tell her, I've been busy doing things. Nothing much. Working, going around with some people I just met. Oh, some odds and ends. What's up? Then when she asks to meet up, agree. And then, when you're face-to-face, use fractionation on her. Fractionation is a mind control technique. It's meant to put her on emotional roller coasters. Here are the benefits of using fractionation to fight a woman's mind games. Fractionation's effects are permanent. She'll stop playing mind games for good, or at least keep it to a bare minimum. She'll see you as the strongest, most dominant man she's ever met. She'll be completely addicted to you emotionally. She'll do whatever she can to win you. Sounds great, right? Here's the bad news, however. I can't describe the fractionation technique entirely here. This video is already quite lengthy as it is. And that's why I'd recommend Derek Rigg's legendary online masterclass on mind control. After you sign up for Derek's masterclass, you'll know what fractionation and mind control is, how the technique works, and how to use it on women. A link will now come up in the video. Click it and the registration page for Derek Rigg's online masterclass comes up. There, enter your best email address because that's where your masterclass ticket will be sent. Do it. Click on the link now.